and whatever I see is smiling at me. Love is who I am. Hello there, sweet beloveds, and welcome to another one of my Tantrika videos where I will talk about the cosmic dance. I want to tell you a little bit of the preview of what will be kind of like a component, a very important component of my Galactic Human Self-Mastery course, which is in the making, in the upcoming. And what I want to talk about is the importance of grounding this multidimensional light through the embodiment process, which in my path as a Tantrika being is strongly being rooted through the sacred devotional dancing. And when I say devotional dancing, a lot of times people will see these yogic or people who are doing the satnams, you know, and they're all dressed in white, having almost like this devotional representation of how they approach dance and the sacredness of prayer, dance, ritual through music as part of the heart-centered yoga, which is all about devotion and purity. What is the difference between such a devotional dancing or even kundalini dancing and life force dancing? So recently I was going through my own initiation during this and opening of this sacred cosmic heart, where life force was showing me through this embodiment process of what it truly means to be multidimensionally attuned to music and dance. So as you know, in the yogic traditions, and where we all know it in parts of our New Age and the spiritual movement, we have the basic 7 chakric system. And we'll talk about this template. And in my video course called the Tantrika Life Force Mastery, which is a part of my self-mastery courses, I also talk about how do we master the framework of these original 7 base template chakric system. And when we do that, we kind of center ourselves, we activate our white pillar, our column of light, to access through the rainbow bridge what is called our higher or galactic chakras, which exist outside of our body. So through the act of cosmic dance, you're actually tapping into the multidimensional nature and bringing forth the energies through the life force, which are very channeled, you know, like people do light language, which is channeled. This dance, which is pure life force dance, is almost like light language, only that is channeled through your body, not through the word. And when I do that as the Tantrika being, and recently I've been moving very deeply into that because there was a part of my life where I didn't dance and it felt, to be honest, very depleted. It didn't really feel like me. But I had to go through a lot of other things before I could truly embody this purity of life force on my path of self-initiation and inner union. As you know, so many people talk about union as in terms of being united with another person. But if you want to experience this true ascended union, which is illumined union, this embodiment process through your complete illumination that goes through your body, through the basic 7 chakra template and the higher chakras, which originate from your multidimensional selves, which means you have alternative selves, which are all you, and they start to bleed through into this reality through the beauty of your body. So the union in this truest sense is really a union with you becoming the vessel for the purity of life force. And when I started to dance this way, it was like I no longer had control over my body. It was pure ecstasy. It was surrender. I started dancing with my eyes closed. And when I do that, I often get messages directly through life force. And spirit tells me that life force attunement through this pure cosmic, you know, it's like outpouring of this cosmic grace that flows through you when you engage in such a divine activity. The spirit does not want us to be perfect. You know, in the traditional dancing, we're kind of learning the moves and we're watching ourselves in the mirror and we're kind of really being attentive to our movements so that they're very locked in and perfect and all of that. Spirit showed me recently through this upgrade that I was experiencing myself, that spirit and life force wants not for us to be perfect, it wants us to be wild and free. And that is the nature of what we call sometimes the Gnostic mother, the mother of all life, or Sophia, you know, Pistis Sophia. Or we talk about the great divine mother, which is that essence that has the divine trinity, you know, the mother, the crone, and the maiden, or the divine child within us. So when you dance through the life force, you actually embrace the divine trinity of all these three aspects of divine creation. It's not just the feminine, it's also the masculine counterpart that belongs to this divine trinity. You embrace the polarity of your feminine masculine self, which means your movements are both masculine and feminine. The feminine are more rounded, more circular, spiral movements, and the masculine are more, it's almost like an arrow based or locked in movements. And within that you embrace both. But you also embrace what is birthed in our physicality, which is the union of all four elements, and then the fifth element, which you can call the cosmic heart, you can call it the ether, you can call it whatever you want. But I call it, when you connect with all these elements, you really birth through this, what I call this cosmic activation and dancing through life force. It's not a control kind of dancing. So in the next segment, I'll show you a video of mine. So don't be too critical, because it truly is a video of non-perfection. It's the video of energetic synthesis or alchemy that occurs through our bodies when we truly engage in that life force attunement. So we do have to, on our beginning path of the journey, tend our specific focus to each of the belonging chakras, because we're still moving the flow of all of our blockages, belief systems, and outdated ways of being in our physical body, and they need to move out. So once a being becomes activated in this, what we call the crown, you know, you start to really synthesize the experience, which is what the white ascension column of light is all about. And then through this rainbow bridge, will you synthesize all these movements, you open up to greater levels. And this will be in my course about the galactic human. I'll walk you through, as a last part of the course will also be about this embodiment process through specific movements. In this video segment, I only want to show you some of the movements and my own example of what I recently saw when I was actually looking and browsing for some new music, because I started dancing more. It really became a part of my daily routine, and I have to tell you, it's when the life force creates through me first, through really entering into my body, so that my day can unfold in its most devoted fashion, so that the energy really flows into creating what is of the highest good for me and for all, because I am, as the unique self, a part of all. And you watching this probably already are aware of that fact. That is the true union with the self and the whole in our complete state. So when I was adding that new music, I found this video that this beautiful woman made, and it was a walk through all of the 7 chakras through specific sound, different music template, and the moves that indicate what type of energy are we really channeling through a specific chakra. I really recommend you to watch that video. The link is down below. I'm sharing that video of hers. I think it's called the 7 chakra moves or the 7 chakra dance. I don't know. But there's such beauty in that video, and I watched it once, and when I watched it for the first time, I really cried, because I saw that in my dancing, which was years and years of my own individual experimentation, I saw that I actually incorporated all of those moves, but not as a singular essences, but all in one. And this is how I usually dance. But I wanted to make my own version, because the music in the video that this person used was so in alignment with specific chakras, it couldn't have been better picked. It's really original, and I used the same music, but I did my own dancing, which was what I invite you to do is really start, if you're putting that as a part of your practice, start closing your eyes, because there's a part of you that wants to see yourself and your progress and your moves when you watch yourself in the mirror. But what I'm seeing and witnessing in my own body as a difference is that the energy is sort of kind of locked in when you're still, you know, you have your eyes open. It's just until we get really settled into that becoming our mundane experience, you know, it becomes, you don't have to close your eyes to feel that way or to channel it directly. But for us to drop this veil, or the mind that often tells us, well, this is how you're supposed to look when you do this move, or this is the kind of move that fits this scenario or this energy. Well, that's a part of the original learning when people go through, you know, the initial stages when they're experimenting with different parts of dance. But, you know, with different dance techniques such as belly dancing tribal dancing. These all align with specific chakras. Like you will see in the video that this person made, is the tribal energy more relates to the root chakra. Then this belly dancing is, of course, is a lot of it is the second chakra, which is Venusian energy. And there's attributes of different essences that belong to each chakra. But once you become this multidimensional being, you don't want to do that so much separately. But of course, sometimes you'll still be guided to put on different parts of music. And I was shown through spirit that those people who listen only one type of music are not multidimensional yet. I recently remember someone said in their videos that for us to be in the light, we only have to listen to nature meditation music or angelic music. And I felt that as such non-alignment. That's totally not true, because you're only being blunt in experiencing a part of reality. But when you are embracing your galactic nature, your galactic heritage, and your human embodiment of this heritage, you will feel that you're moved into different parts of music. You want to experiment. I've always loved music, and all of it. Not all of it, because there's types of music that are really dense, that are corrupted, that are really manipulated and distorted as well. But your body will tell you which music flows with you, because it will be just so natural. And this joy element within you will spark up, and you will just go, oh, I want to dance to this. So more and more you will experiment, you will see that eventually all these types of energies will naturally channel themselves through you. And this is what I call life force dancing. It's not even kundalini dancing, because kundalini dancing is still based on you stimulating the flow of that life force to move upwards. Whereas the life force dance is you becoming the full expression of it. The divine trinity, as I explained, the sacred physical ascension process is when you start to awaken and activate, then you start to embody that. And then that embodiment energy flows as a serpent back up. That coiling serpent creates that divine trinity of what I call divine union. And it's a truly illumined union. So union in itself is not when you're related to another person. That might be a relationship energy. But the union, true union with spirit, has to occur in this alchemical process within you first. So the alchemical inner union of your inner yin and yang energies, this polarity, creates this truth of what we call divine union. And a lot of it can be experienced and expressed through the sacred dancing. So the life force dancing is when you are a fully cosmic being and you channel, different energies with your hands, with all your gestures. Sometimes the energy will want to expand in your hips. Sometimes the energy will want to go in your legs. And it will be such a unique expression in each moment. You will forget that you're in this body. You will become the body, becoming the song, the music, the dance itself. So this is when I had this experience when I was practicing this, well, basically just surrendering to this today. I became the dance. I no longer was dancing. I wasn't a dancer like we like to identify ourselves with. I became the dance. And if you will want to learn more about specific movements that you can use if you're a beginner as a part of your practice and ritual to activate certain types of energy, it will be all in my course about the Galactic Human, which will come soon. But for now, I wish to invite you to really tune into that. What does it mean for you to be multidimensional? How can you channel energy that is non-limited, that just wants to freely flow through you, of course? So I've recently had another experience I would like to share with you, because it was so detrimental for me in a way that, not in a bad sense, it's not in a bad sense of the meaning of that word, but it was so crucial to what I used to experience before. Because too often when I was in the public or somewhere else, I couldn't express myself. I couldn't sing if someone came through, around there where I was, or I couldn't really dance, or, I really wanted to, but I couldn't if there was someone there. So recently on my seaside vacation, I just came from the water, and I really felt called to listen to some music, and it was some of my cosmic music that I really like. And all of a sudden I was laying down, and I felt called to really start moving my hands, because I think I was listening to Galactic mantra. And I just started moving my hands, and it already felt like dancing. And a part of me was like, ooh, is there anyone there? Is there anyone watching me? And all of a sudden I felt I no longer care. The life force was stronger than my resistance. So the ego that has its idea how I need to look or behave or be seen, because I'm in a public place, I'm on a beach, and wasn't too many people around, but there was people. And all of a sudden, the life force was stronger, and I just surrendered, and I started moving my hands, and then I, at a certain point, I just got up on my hips, sitting on my pelvic, and doing some of the belly movements and the hip movements, and it was just so good. And I didn't care. I just closed my eyes, and I just surrendered, and it was such a beautiful experience. And there, I have to tell you something else. There was a couple there, and because I don't know, I can just tune into the energies, and when I am called to cultivate life force, it lifts up the whole place. And that's what I'm doing, this devotional dancing. It's not just for me to feel good. It's a service. It's a service to everywhere you are on the planet, because you are raising your life force with that. That's the part of the life force, is planetary service and cosmic service in the bigger picture. But what I noticed is this couple, they were lying down and they didn't even talk. They were just very rigid with each other. And all of a sudden, I say to my mother, I say, you know, I bet that they will start feeling the life force and this loving energy, and it will influence them and how they'll start acting towards each other. It wasn't probably a few minutes after, or I don't know, it wasn't really a long time. And I was listening to more music, and then my mom's like, hey, look at them kissing, and they were all over each other. And I started laughing. I said, you see, because love, for those who are open, it moves out. It's such an expansive cosmic energy, because you allow yourself to be in the presence of this holy, wild, untamed spirit, which is life force in its purest sense, which moves in the direction that it's always for its highest potential, and it's beneficial for the growth and evolution of all. So your gift to yourself is also the gift to the whole. And that is why I'm so called more and more to this Tantrika path. And in the future, my desire is to teach more about this, is to really show the way how to get so into your body. You know, there's what people call experimental dancing or expressive dancing, and that is a step. It is a doorway towards that, but it still isn't that life force dancing, because you have to master your 7 template chakric system for you to truly be aligned, to truly be so surrendered, because you've created this white pillar, and you can now tune into greater cosmic energies that are constantly wanting to not just stream into you, but they want to be expressed through you, because our mastery in this new domain, where a lot of us are finding ourselves now, or a lot of you are probably having this expression now felt within you, this movement towards something that is greater than just yourself, as you've known yourself to be in this present template. And it's about not just saying, I'm a channel for these energies, but you're also an expression of these energies. You are a giver of life in form. You are the initiator of everything. So you're not this passive being that's passively ascending while cosmic energies, like people say, the energies are hitting us. They're not hitting us. That's a one-way relationship. We are unifying, we're merging with these energies, and we're expressing them in a bigger way, as we haven't been before, we haven't existed before. So I'm dedicating this next segment of my journey more and more to this galactic human nature, how we are, how can we function, how do we activate through our chakric system, on the higher template, how do we work with these higher galactic chakras, how do we work with timelines, with complete life force manifestation of our physical reality, and this embodiment through devotional dancing, what I call life force dancing. So thank you for watching. Be sure to check out my dance in a non-critical fashion, because it is about the energy coming through. And I'm sorry about the location. I have a small living room space, so I couldn't always be the whole of me in the frame, but the energy is there. And I welcome you to watch with the eyes of purity and the heart of pure cosmic love. I love you so much. I'll talk to you again very soon. And thank you for being so beautifully, uniquely you.